In this video, I will show you how to install WinDbg and WinDbg Next preview. We also will configure symbols. WinDbg has not been offered as a standalone download for a long time. Currently, there are two ways of downloading and installing the debugging tools for Windows via Windows DDK, Device Driver Kit, and Windows SDK, Software Development Kit. We are installing via SDK. You may go to the download page directly by using the shortcut aka.ms/WindowsSDK. This page will show the latest version. I am selecting the latest. It will download the installer if you have internet access during installation. For offline installs, you can download the complete ISO version and copy it to the target system. Mounting the ISO is as simple as double-clicking on the file. During installation, you will have the chance to choose a different folder location. Notice that in 64-bit systems, the install of both 32 and 64-bit versions are in the 32-bit folder of programs. Next, you can choose whether you want to send anonymous usage information to Microsoft or not. It is okay with me, but you can uncheck it if you prefer. Then you will be presented to the user license agreement. Read it, and if agreed, click on Accept. For installing just WinDbg, you may uncheck all options but debugging tools for Windows. Then click on Install. It takes some time to install depending on how fast your internet, CPU, and disks are. Not so bad. Close to finish installation. After installation, the several versions of WinDbg will be in evidence on the Start menu as they are new installs. Only the x64 for 64-bit apps and x86 for 32-bit apps are important for us. I will pin them to the taskbar. Part 2. Configuring Symbols Server. I am showing you two ways of setting symbols cache. First, I need to create the symbol folder. I will call it C:\symbols. I run command prompt as administrator only to be able to create a root folder. I can also create the environment variable via command prompt. The second form is using the advanced system settings. I can find it in the search. Then I have the option to edit the environment variables. It can either be done in the user environment variables as well as the system environment variables available to all users. Back to command prompt, I create the C:\symbols path. You may choose another folder name. It's not necessary to have this name. To learn more about Symbols Server, how to configure symbols and related matters, go to aka.ms/symbols. It is a rabbit hole. Follow it. Take your time. I will navigate around until I find the information about the Microsoft Public Symbol Server. I am also looking for the environment variable to hold the symbol server. There is also the syntax to set the symbol server. Let's pretend I have flash speed reading, memory, and reasoning abilities, and just for perusing these sites, at this speed, I am able to find the two important information I need for this step, the environment variable name and the symbol server syntax. Found it. _net_symbol_path. Copy it for good measure. Now, navigating back to the syntax page, just a few pages back. Copy it for good measure. The other way of doing this is from command prompt. So, I will use the setX command to add the environment variable to the user profile. I forgot to adjust the cache folder to see :/ symbols in the UI form, the one I created specifically for this purpose in one of the steps before, but I will fix it here by editing it. My bad, I used the command set, which saves changes only for the current process session. Also, I used the wrong syntax for the command set, which requires an equal instead of space to set the variable. The appropriate command is setX. The separation character from variable to value is space. In our case, there is no spaces in the path. However, it is recommended to wrap the value in double quotes because it will work with spaceless paths, as well as with the ones with space. As you can see in the UI, the value was modified correctly via setX. This is important. Command setX save the value correctly to the registry and will be available to any new process. For the existing process, setX will not set the session variable. So, if you start a process from this prompt, the variable will not pass along. If you open another prompt or start the process from the start menu, the variable will be there. Let's open WinDbg to see if the symbol is set correctly. We pinned both WinDbg version to taskbar. Let's open the 64-bit version and verify if the symbol settings are picked up. I will open an instance of Notepad only to have a target to attach the debugger to. This OS is 64-bit, so that's why I opened the 64-bit debugger. In WinDbg, I go to File, and I choose Attach to a process. The processes are by default ordered by system order, so Notepad should be at the bottom. To test the symbols, I use the command X to display all functions of kernel 32. Kernel 32 is one of the system DLLs present in all processes. This will give me an indication whether some symbols are available or not. Public symbols for kernel 32 contain limited information, but we can see by the output that symbols are in place for a few of them. For .NET, for example, public symbols are more comprehensive. The command .sympath will tell us the current configuration of the symbols. We should see an entry for the cache folder and another for the public server. And, most importantly, the folder symbols should contain the folders and files for the symbols already downloaded. Symbol downloading is on demand. So, symbols are only loaded into the debugger and saved to cache when needed. The symbol structure is complicated, so there are folders with module name, subfolders with the hash signature, and finally the PDB file. The debugger command lm list module shows the path of the cached folder. The V stands for verbose, and the M is module. Part 3. WinDbg Next installation. WinDbg Next is the cool cousin of WinDbg. It is still in preview and can only be downloaded from Microsoft Store. No luck if you want to install on a server. Unlike the classic WinDbg, it can work with 64-bit and 32-bit targets using the same app. It's a quick download and install. It uses the same APIs to do debugging, but it is much more dashing than the classic WinDbg. Looks more like Visual Studio, and it is as intuitive as it too. I'm going to do the same Notepad process attachment. The symbols configuration, commands, and power are the same as the classic version. You can use both on the same computer as I am doing here. There is an extra feature called Time Travel Debugging, or TTD. This is another subject that deserves its own video. That's all for now. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Leave your feedback on the comments.